Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Reality Realness with 3 S's. I'm your host here, Chantele Francis, with my co-host today. It's just Michelle, but not just. It
Not
is
just.
Michelle. How are you doing today, Michelle?
I'm great. I mean, you guys, what an episode.
It was good.
I'm ecstatic for so many reasons beyond what I even hoped. And yeah, I can't wait to get into it.
Me too. And if you guys are joining us here, well, thank you so much for hanging out with us live. We know that there's a lot of things that are going on right now with the premiere of Survivor just finishing. So a lot of people will be going live talking about Survivor. Big Brother's starting right now. So if you're joining us live, thank you so much for being here. But if you're watching after in the replay, we love having you there as well. So if you haven't done so already, just subscribe just so you can be part of the gang, the Reality Realness gang. So the episode's called Uncle CT. So what do we think is going to happen this episode? Like, they don't like to hide things sometimes, huh?
I know. Well, I figured, I was like, okay, like, obviously I saw that preview clip with Emy talking to them. So I'm like, okay, clearly, like, she's probably going to try to go in to get CT. Like, I already, so like from the beginning, I was like, this is probably what's going to happen. But they kind of faked us out a little bit as the episode went on. And there was a moment where I thought maybe they would go for Amber. But then I was like, no, they're setting up this episode with Emy. Like, they already started setting it up last week. You know what I mean? This was her moment.
Yes,
Emmy's moment.
It was Emmy's moment.
Like, it was so amazing. And also, I hate Berna. Like, can we just say it?
I don't hate her, but she needs a little bit of a reality check. Like, she's I don't hate her yet. She's on my team, so I can't hate anyone on my team. But I just kind of feel like it's like when people think that everybody has to play the game the way that they want to play it. And if they don't play it that way, then they're wrong or they're bad or they're not good at this game or they're bad people. And it's kind of like, you're making your own rules that you want to live by. It doesn't mean that everybody else has to abide by these rules.
Yeah, and like at the end of the day, like, I just don't like her. Like, I don't know, the way she was speaking about Amber, just even at the beginning of the episode, I just, like, she's won a season. So she's known what she's gotten to the end before. You think she's fake, but you don't even know her. And, like, I don't know. I just think that there was like this hatred she's putting towards Amber was just felt so unwarranted. Like, Berna has nothing to do with any of it.
Do you think part of it could be, I know some people in the comments were saying that it was jealousy, which is a very, very potential of these rookies being jealous that she was able to win on her rookie season and win with CT. So do you think that maybe she's threatened by the fact that she's with CT? And so, like, she kind of has to win in order to be better than Amber or like equal to?
I would say it's definitely thrown in there because, like, she's so weird. And, like, even the fact that, like, she sees something special in Nelson, like, as a relationship. Like, you know, there's just red flags with Berna. And I felt that from the beginning, but I gave her a chance because she obviously has skills and has abilities and could be a really good challenger for sure. Like, you know, I haven't sworn her off forever, but I just wasn't a fan of, like, her like, you know,
decisions in the game.
Yeah, exactly. Like, this is how things should be. And, like, she said this to me. Yeah, but she's not your friend. Yeah, so she can say anything she wants. It's a game of strategy. And she's trying to win the game. What did you want her to do? Go back to Hughie? Like, she's allowed to pick who she wants.
When like, yeah, so Emy did something that was best for her game. And sorry, it was at the cost of your game, but it is an individual game, Berna. So like, you weren't looking out necessarily for Emy as your friend when you're saying, like, don't do what's best for you in this game. Do what's best for me in this game. Like, they don't have that relationship. So it's just kind of like, But before we get there, we probably will talk a little bit more about that. We get back to this fight that we were the cliffhanger of a fight. You know, Amanda is scolding everybody in their confessionals, saying that she wants to send Josh to his room. And I found that Amber was speaking really rationally to Esther, kind of being like, you know, we're both women. I would never do that to you. That's not how I want to interact with women. And so in the end, so Esther has a little bit of a change of heart and they hug it out a little bit. What do you think about that whole, interaction?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think it was a completely, it was what it was, but I did appreciate it because at least she was being mature in that moment. And I don't think like in a way, I guess yes, like Amber was definitely like instigating moments of this fight. Like I'm not saying she wasn't, but she should hold zero accountability for anyone's physical actions. And she should hold zero accountability for Esther even throwing the drink at her. Like, it doesn't matter if someone's verbally like riling you up and getting into fights. We've seen a gazillion of them on the challenge. If you have to be in control of your own self. And Amber was in control of herself enough to not, throw anything or whatever, or like get in any fights that were physical. So I don't know. Are you frozen? I think you might be frozen. I think Chantele. Oh, I just got a message. What does it say? Oh, she doesn't keep talking. Okay, she's frozen. She'll come back. Okay, anyways, that tangent. I'm going to go through some of these comments. So I agree with you, Christina. More people are going to start stealing CT. So as much as I feel like I'm happy that Emmy's with him right now, I also am concerned because I know like he's going to float through a bunch of different people, especially towards the end. So yeah, I definitely agree with that. And Tori's making me an Amanda fan. Yeah. Okay. Honestly, I still have some issue with Amanda, but at the end of the day, like, yeah, Tori knew what she was doing. Like, come on. That whole thing was just so ridiculous. At least Cory on the fact that he doesn't care about Josh's emotions. I mean, fair. Yeah. Very fair. I mean, yes, they instigated it, but also like it is not their fault that these people cannot keep their cool. It really isn't. But I'm not a Tori fan these days, so Hughie has apologized on his Twitter to Cory for racist comments that came out. Oh, interesting. I did not hear about these comments. 1 second. Weird. I have to restart. Oh, I don't know if we're restarting. Ooh. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. If we get cut out, I'm sure we'll come right back. Okay. So yeah, I don't know what the racist comments were. But I mean, Hughie, we know Hughie has popped off a lot already this season, so I can only imagine it's going to continue. When Fessy got sent home, I was thinking, yeah, okay. I was hoping he was going to get sent home, and it was just the most beautiful moment for me. While I'm sure we'll get into it when Chantel's back about how, he did get kind of that moment of redemption. I don't know what you guys think about like acknowledging that it was his own fault for once and all of that. So I definitely, I'm still never going to be his fan, but I was like, at least there was that. Like they're setting him up to have like a redemption story in the future. So like, this is the kind of thing he needs to be curating for himself. It's better than what he has been doing. A need for Berna and Esther to explain why Amber is so fake. I agree. Maybe she complains a lot, but most of the vets in that house are fake in some way. Okay, I totally agree. I've said this before. I know that Amber lied to the rookies, like to the other Amber and stuff last season, but like she was working with Big Brother. She never betrayed them. And while maybe she complains, okay, like I don't know. I don't understand why they think she's so fake. I think it's a jealousy thing, maybe. And like maybe she is annoying. Maybe she harps on things a little too long. Maybe she's a little self-centered. I don't know. But I think a lot of the vets are. And she has reason to think highly of herself. She's won and she's done well and she deserves respect and she doesn't really get it because the people who've been running the house is like, the Kaycees and all them. And they just, for some reason, really dislike her. So yeah, it's confusing. And I didn't appreciate all of Berna's comments, oh, hey.
Honey, I'm home.
Thank God.
It's so weird. I've been using my computer all day, no problems whatsoever. And boom, like right when we get into the action.
Right when I was in the middle of a monologue. I don't even remember what it was about.
I didn't hear any of it. I should have put it on my phone.
Well, that's okay. Honestly, I've just gone through all the comments, except for the last two. Just kind of read through them and we chatted a little bit. I was saying how like when sorry, which one first? When Fessy gets eliminated, he does get that kind of moment to be sort of like acknowledge it was his fault for once, and you know what I mean? All that sadness, blah, blah, blah. And I feel like it's kind of setting him up to be able to come back and win or like
The
be well liked,
redemption.
to have
Say
that
it
kind
again?
of redemption. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I just, I don't know. I'm really happy he's out of the game because, to be honest, like, as we've said, it's not just like a villain that you love to hate. I don't like hating him. Like, it's annoying and I don't like him on my screen. So at the end of the day, I'm very happy that he's gone, you know?
Absolutely. And I mean, I think this will give an opportunity for Josh to recalibrate and start working with Devin. And it's not about, dick sizes with Fessy. Like, it's like he can play his own game here.
Yeah.
He has Kaycee all to himself. He doesn't have to be doing a, timeshare with Kaycee over her like attention. And so I think it's actually it's much better for his game, I think, losing Fessy here. Just because he's not very threatening physically. Most people are not going to be trying to get him out necessarily. They might throw him down because they don't necessarily care about him, but they won't be afraid to run with him in the end. So if he gets past that point, that he will probably just be like the goat that you drag to the end, because you know that he'll get third place most likely, or fourth, or maybe not even finish. So I think it's really great for his game. We see in a lot of other shows as well, like Big Brother, for instance, when there's an alliance of like two people, like they're like a showmance or they're best friends, whatever, in the house, and one of them leaves, the other one almost always does really, really well because they don't have to worry about the other player. So I do think it's going to be very good for Josh's game, the fact that Fessy is gone. Why do you think that TJ decided to make an example? Because when he calls everybody the next day, morning, afternoon, whatever, to the pool to kind of reprimand them, he tells Esther that she shouldn't be throwing drinks in people's faces. I agree. Tells Josh that this is a warning and that he's, it's embarrassing. Don't be acting this way. And then he deactivates Fessy, and they're friends still. And it was really just like a chin grab. Like, it wasn't that. I mean, I didn't find it to be that bad, but why do you think that he made such a big example? It's the first time Fessy, I think, has laid hands on anybody. And if Fessy... go ahead.
I just felt like, while, yes, they made up, he felt safe, like it wasn't like a situation like that, people have always gone home when they lay their hands on someone, most of the time, especially lately. And I feel like if he didn't do that, then it would have kind of continued, I think. Why didn't Josh go home last season for pushing Devin down? He didn't go home?
He didn't, though. So remember, like, when he was standing and there, like, the Big Brother sucks night, and he pushed him and he fell into the sink, I think, or something. So he did lay his hands on him. And I mean, we were thinking that he might get the boot for that, and he didn't. So I'm wondering why they decided to take this moment with Fessy.
To be honest, I don't know the exact reason. I would think that, like, it was just because it was an aggressive manner, like an aggressive.
Sorry, I didn't see that. Is it na 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 na? Hey, goodbye. Yes, I needed to be in part of that moment. I missed it not being online for that.
Yeah.
So, sorry,
I don't know. He hit him like with an arm. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like the times when people don't get sent home, it's like with a shove situation. I feel like anytime someone actually tries to go for a punch or go for a hit, regardless of the outcome, aka like Tina punching Beth, and it was like such a shitty punch, like they get sent home, right? So I feel like it's the way, it's the action of the manner, as opposed to like, we're shoving each other, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that they don't always get sent home. So that's where I would put that. And also, like, I'm sure TJ wanted to fucking send all three of them home. Like, I love the way he was like, it's embarrassing. Like, be real for a second. Like, is this really what you're trying to put forward as like your brand right now? Like, take a moment. Like, you've been doing this for how many seasons now? Like, dude. So in that way, I did appreciate everything that he said. Like, I thought it was nice. And I thought that it was like a real moment. Like, it was also dramatic. And then it was like, you have 15 minutes and then go to the deliberations. Like, whoa.
Oh my God, if you don't, I'm going to be making the deliberations for you. And
I wish that would have happened. Oh my God.
I totally wish that was going to happen. Yeah. So Christina says, I didn't like Josh smashing the glass while going off on Amanda. It seemed super dramatic. And I have actually been liking Josh this season. Absolutely. I've been liking Josh for the last 2 episodes. This episode, he kind of went back to his Josh stuff that I'm like, oh, okay, darn it. Like you had me for a second, but no, you're still you. But I thought that Josh, that glass breaking moment, that he might get kicked out for that even, because it's like, that's showing kind of aggression. That is, things are, glass is dangerous. I thought he might get in trouble for that, for sure.
Yeah, I wasn't sure, but I mean, also like Amanda, I'm like, pick your battles, Amanda. Like, it doesn't matter. Because a lot of the things she was saying, like in the confessionals and stuff, like is logical in a way. You know what I mean? Like, she's not an idiot, but it's just like this is not you don't have to get involved in this. But that's like kind of the thing for everyone. None of them really needed to get involved.
At all.
It truly did not need to happen. It was such a pointless fight. Like, so pointless. And that's what's the funniest thing about all of it.
Hi, Liz. Hi, ladies. I love you. I'm here, but behind, so I won't comment so much. But love you. Don't worry. This has been a crazy night of TV for all of us. So we appreciate anybody that's taking the time to come and hang out with here and talk through this episode, because there is a lot going on the interwebs right now with reality TV. So no worries, Liz. We love and appreciate you. Or what's going on here as well. Josh messing up your game, but yet you are trying to send his partner. I don't understand.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like Fessy saying like Josh is messing up his game, but like he's the one sending in his partner.
Right,
like,
right.
He sent in Amber's. It's like, how does he not see that he's so much more in the wrong in the situation? Regardless of how much Josh is making an idiot of himself and yelling, it's like, you sent in his partner who was a previous winner. You sent in his partner who he's working with, who was not going to go against you, and you had guaranteed that she wasn't going to go against you at that point. And it was so early on. It was so unnecessary for him to make that decision.
So unnecessary.
Like he could have gotten her, putting her out like at any point later on, but no, his ego got the best of him, and he had to get her out right away as soon as possible. And that's his own mistake. Strategically, it's a mistake.
Absolutely. And the fact that Kaycee's backing it up, I don't even understand logically why she's backing that up. Like, even if she wants to side with whatever Fessy decides to do, that's his decision for his game. But for her to be like, she should, in my opinion, be like, yeah, you know what? I understand why Josh is upset, because I don't know if that was the best decision even for your game strategically. I support that she made the decision, but like, it kind of was a little bit early, because you drew blood a little bit early, and you caused all this.
Exactly.
Him putting Amber in the game, or in the lair, actually inadvertently caused him to go home, because this is the reason why this fight blew up the way it did, was because Amber got heated, and you guys haven't like hashed out this whole thing yet, and you allowed Josh to get under your skin from this moment, because you guys haven't figured out this whole fight.
Yeah.
So Fessy, you're an idiot. Like, not only was it bad strategically, it actually got you kicked out of the game, so you can't even have the potential to still win the game.
Mm-hmm.
Bad move, Fessy. Bad move. If anything, you shouldn't have made that move knowing that it would upset Josh, and like you might get in a fight with your friend. Like,
exactly.
Which is just not good for your game no matter what. Yeah.
Yeah.
So annoying though. So we do see there's a time where Josh is kind of a little bit more calm now. He looks like he's been crying a little bit, talking to Kaycee and Nany, and then Fessy comes in, and he kind of like does like, bro, we're best friends, and I let my ego get in the way, and he's saying all these things that we want him to say. Like, does he really mean it? Like, what? I didn't even understand what he meant by his ego made him take Amber out. Like, I didn't get that.
I mean, that is true. It was his ego, which is him. He is his
But like,
ego.
how was it his ego though? Like jealousy?
Yeah, well, ego of like, this person beat me last season.
Oh, beat him. Okay.
And so like, I need to make sure I get her out. I personally get her out as soon as I can.
I did appreciate though Amanda coming for Tori and Cory, being like, you guys instigated this. Like, she's no bullshit this season.
I know, I love it.
Which is good. I still don't understand how she has a soft spot for Fessy. I'm not sure what's going on there, why she's entertaining him in the real world. But I appreciate her coming for not letting Cory and Tori off the hook.
Yeah, like fuck, like Tori, I was so annoyed by her this episode, and I know that's just because like my own, whatever, but I was so annoyed by her existence in this episode. Like, she just, I don't know. I don't know what it is.
I haven't figured it out yet either. It's
Okay.
because she just doesn't have a personality unless she's dating a guy.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or a storyline.
Yeah.
We do see Amber crying to Ed and Priscilla a little bit. Now, I don't appreciate Amber and Esther. Sorry, I don't appreciate Esther and Berna coming for Amber at all. Like, just it's none of your business, really. Like, I know it created a big kerfuffle, and that makes it part of your business. But how they're coming for her and talking about her, I don't agree with that. But I am kind of tired of this fight. Like,
Yeah.
how do you want Amber to still talk about it?
This fight? I mean,
Well, just like the
no.
fact that he's put her down into the lair and she didn't know and she didn't get a warning.
No, but to me, I saw those tears as more of like everything that happened, like getting water thrown on her by another
Yeah.
woman, and like the whole shock and trauma of the fight itself, I think is what she was being emotional about. I don't think it was still that thing. And yeah, like I she could let it be. She could be more mature about it, or she could be even more calm about it. She could be more of like a Laurel or something about it instead of like a Cara Maria, like she could do those things, but I don't think it's warranted to be like, she's such a horrible fake person. Ew, I'm disgusted by her.
I don't
Like,
think
what?
that's necessarily a
Like,
problem.
let her cry. Like, let her do her thing, and you do your thing. Like, you're
It's
a rookie.
interesting that you said Cara Maria, because I commented on like somebody else's comments, and I mentioned that it reminds me of the irritation that I have around Cara Maria back in the day. Like, she wasn't treated well by everybody in the house, but there was something about the way that she retaliated, or like the way that she talked about it. It didn't make her likable. And I still haven't pinpointed why that is about Cara Maria. And it's the same thing with Amber. For me personally, she's starting to irk me. And I'm like, I don't want to not like you, Amber. Like, I think that you're in the right in the situation. I just want you to pivot, change the way that you're handling it, realize that he's a piece of crap, and move on from it. Like, instead of like going around and just getting people's sympathy about it. It's like, we get it. It sucked. Please just do something differently about it. Is how I'm coming from it now. I'm just like, this whole last episode was really, a lot of it was because of Amber,
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, I hope it's done now.
Yeah.
I hope.
Same.
Well, I mean, maybe Berna's not gonna let it go. Oh boy. So yes, Josh cries, Fessy apologizing. You dogged me, bro. It's just so funny. So Emy doesn't want to leave the game without having Uncle CT as a partner. And Berna definitely doesn't want her to take her partner. We know this for sure. Like, nobody wants to, if you're with CT, you want to keep CT, especially if you're a rookie. So it's understandable that Berna doesn't want her to have CT as her partner. We know that's a little bit of a setup here, but they made it an alliance. So who was it? It was Devin, CT, and Emy, and they signed it in hot sauce, which makes it 100% official. That's new. I like that. We should maybe add that to the points for next season. It's like, if anything signed in hot sauce, 5 points. Which I agree. Hilarious. Are we giving any more points for the rehashing of the fight this episode? Like, maybe Amanda?
I don't know. I had written down, like, potentially, since it was kind of the focus of the episode, like, that you could technically count again the fight with like Amber and Esther and Josh and Fessy. But it's kind of just a continuation from the fights from last week.
But it's a new episode.
But it's a new episode. So I think we should do like 5 for Amber, 5 for Esther, 5 for Josh, 5 for Fessy.
What about Amanda?
But who was she fighting with?
She kind of was fighting with, yelling at Tori and Cory. And yelling at Josh a little bit for him to go to bed.
Yeah, I guess we can give her points. To me, she wasn't really like part of the fights.
I mean, isn't she on your team? Like,
is she? Oh fuck!
I don't know.
Yeah, she should get points. Yeah, let's do it. Let's give her points.
Well, she hasn't gotten us any points this season, I don't think. Oh, maybe
she deserves it. She deserves it. She was yelling a lot. And then later on,
a lot of confessionals.
Yeah, later on we have the Emy Berna fight, so they'll get points for that too, obviously.
Sweet. At least I get some points this episode. I don't get that
Yeah.
many. So Josh and Fessy, they have their heart to heart the next or later on before he leaves, and realize that he needs to be more sensitive. Fessy needs to be more sensitive to Josh and like how they're, how Josh might be feeling these situations, and they hash it out. They're fine now. They're definitely fine in the real world because we see Josh is always like messaging Fessy when he's on lives with Amanda, being like, "Bro, get off the live, like just get off now." So like he's looking out for Fessy, like what the tea that he's spilling on lives. So what did you feel bad for Fessy at all when he says like, you've won, man, like I've never won anything, I didn't win Big Brother, I didn't win football, and I've never won the challenge, like you've at least won?
No. I felt zero. Why should I feel bad? Nany's been on 11 seasons. She's never won. 11 seasons. What do you mean? Some people win things and some people don't win things. And also, you were terrible at Big Brother. You didn't even make jury.
Didn't he?
Or maybe he did. Never mind.
I think he made jury. I think he made jury because he's won a few things. But he voted out his alliance member because he got spooked. All right, so Gigi shows up. He kicks everybody out. He was really put Josh and Esther in their place, I found. And so, Fessy's deactivated, and they basically have 15 minutes for Fessy to get the F out and for them to get to the chamber, I guess, to have their deliberation, or he was going to make the matchups himself, which I'd be like, I want to see what he would do. I wish that had happened. But it was just an empty threat in the end. See Fessy crying a lot more in his confessionals. Then we get to the nomination. So the apology tour comes from Tori and Cory are all like apologizing for their part. And they didn't realize it was going to escalate to this level.
I love when Devin was like, and the smallest violin. Like, I was just like, literally, like, yeah. He just is so aware of how everyone is being perceived and what everyone's doing. Like, he's just the smartest of like the full spectrum of everyone's like things. Like, he knows what's going on.
Yes, I know. But like, we get it, Tori. Like, you don't want people to be mad at you for like causing this whole fight, so you're gonna apologize. It's like we can see through you. Both of them are not that slick, but they think they are. I think.
Yeah.
Devin, obviously, as you said, isn't buying it at all. So in the end, Esther and Fessy are compromised. I didn't really see anything else happening in that situation. It's just kind of like, she's a rookie. It's a really easy. It means that, as Devin said, all the guys are going to be safe. So let's just throw in Esther and hope that TJ doesn't change things around.
Yeah.
So Emanuel is actually convincing Emy to go in. I know that Emy wants to go in, but he's kind of saying like she has a 70% chance to go, like to come out. If it's something physical, definitely she has like a leg up against Esther. Emmy's afraid that's going to be a puzzle potentially. What do you think about Emanuel kind of showing why he's the Survivor player?
Yeah, it was such a classic Survivor, like perfectly subtle, like has this friendship with her that he knows is real. They're both rookies. He knows that someone he can actually trust. And he's like, listen, like, here's the logic here. Let's talk through this logic. Cause he's also worried about it too. Right. And she's like, okay, but he knows next week it'll be them against each other. And he's like, let's avoid that. I feel like with like Michele and stuff, like they weren't able to get ahead of that. But also they had issues because like Tommy had to leave and stuff. But like they didn't really get ahead of it the way Emanuel is right now. He's like, they'll throw me in. Obviously the guys would want to throw him in because he's like a strong rookie guy. So, that only makes sense. So yeah, it was great. And I love how she's like smart and she's a go-getter. And like I'm seeing more and more why like CT seems to really like her. Like she's just very like tenacious and like, like ready to just go for it and like take chances, which is what the challenge is about. It's exciting. And like sometimes you lose and sometimes you win, like, and you play hard, and that's just what it is. So I liked it. I liked it.
I mean, we were kind of annoyed by Emy a little bit before when she's just kind of a little bit all over the place, emotional. But I'm coming over that hill with her, and now it's like,
Yes.
oh, I like this. Like she's so wild. Like
Yeah.
she's up and down, and she's left, and she's right, and she's passionate. She's for the country. She's very full of everything, and so
Yeah.
I'm learning to love her now, and so I'm Team Emy at this point.
Me too. Oh, 100%. And now she's with CT, so it's like, yeah.
Wouldn't that be amazing if she won with CT? Like that would be super.
I don't
badass.
see, I mean, as someone was saying earlier in the comments, CT is going to keep getting stolen. And I agree with that. I think that like as it gets later and later and vets start to go in and stuff, like people are going to keep picking CT because getting towards the end, that's who you want in the final, obviously.
Mhm.
So I don't know if Emmy's going to be able to hold on to him. That said, I think she's going to do really well in eliminations if she has to go in again. And like she'll always hopefully maybe be able to keep getting him back. Maybe. So who knows? Anything could happen.
Yes, I can see her going far though. So I want to see her do well. But yeah, she's a rookie, and the rookies have allowed themselves to really be decimated. And so I don't know how long that they're going to last, but she might be the last standing rookie. I wouldn't be surprised there.
Yeah.
Hi, Amanda. This is where we're at in the episode. I really didn't like the Berna and Kaycee conversation either. I was just kind of like, to me, it seemed like everything that she's calling out Amber for. Like, I thought it was sneaky. I thought it was sly. And she's like coming at it being like, oh, I didn't want to say this in front of everybody, but like, I just want to talk one-on-one with you. And like, why is she going out of her way to throw Amber under the bus? Like, Amber actually hasn't done anything to you.
Exactly.
Why do you care so much?
This is exactly why CT was like, she's doing too much. Why are you stepping in when you don't need to step in?
Mm-hmm.
You're going out of your way to sneakily, talk shit about someone else and try to get them thrown into elimination. And you're not working with them. You don't have an alliance with them, but I'm sure you're fakely nice to their face to a certain degree. And then with Emy, like you obviously were closer with Esther, yet you expected all this loyalty from Emy. But like, why? Because you're doing shit like that too. How are you any different? You're right.
Exactly. So maybe it's just like, maybe both of them are seeing qualities in themselves that they're like, oh, wait, I'm the sneaky one. And like, they're not recognizing it. They're projecting completely on to Amber, who is just a bystander. She's not innocent in the situation, but she was done wrong by, and she is allowed to feel out of her emotions. And who are really any of us to say how long she needs to get over it? So I'll take that for myself too. It's like, but I'm just tired of it, to be honest.
Yeah.
So Liz says Berna just didn't want CT stolen from her. Kaycee saw through it. I don't know if Kaycee saw through it. Did she say anything in a confessional? But Kaycee's going to do what's best for Kaycee. Like, she doesn't care about Berna, I don't think.
And I think she would definitely is smart enough to also know, like, obviously Berna doesn't want CT's taken. Everyone knows that. Like, no one wants CT taken, especially if you're a rookie. Like, you want to keep him. So, like, that's probably also running, like, Kaycee probably knows why she's doing it to a certain degree, but also agrees because she hates Amber for some reason.
I don't know what's going on with Amber. Like, I don't know why it's the Cara Maria effect. I don't know what it is. But
it truly is.
It's
it's these annoying qualities mixed with winning.
Right. And
you have both those things. Once Cara Maria started winning, people hated her even more. She was even more annoying. If you're annoying and you're really good and you win, it's a bad combo. Because people are like, fuck you. Why do you get to be good? I hate you now. I think that's what's happening.
Yeah, fuck you. Why do you get to be good?
Yeah, like you're annoying. You shouldn't be good. You shouldn't be winning. You're annoying. That's how I feel about Cara Maria. Like, you can't deny she's good. Of course she's great, but like, fuck, So, anyway.
Oh my God, we almost like nailed it. Like, it's just what I don't know though is why I find Cara Maria so annoying.
Yeah.
Is it because she does that victim thing? Like, is that what it is? It's like, look, you're good. Like, buck up and like act as good as you are.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Maybe it's like that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, okay, like, you know that you're good. Why are you asking for sympathy? Maybe?
Yeah. Exactly.
Not sure. Chris, I'm here with you. BB, Survivor, the challenge was too much for my eyesight. I know. I still have to watch the second half of Survivor, and then watch Big Brother, and then I'm going live with Big Brother at like midnight. Like, what the F? So stupid. But I just don't have time tomorrow, so gotta do it. Gotta do it. 2 weeks left. Big Brother's done. Whew. Liz, my eyes have only been on the challenge tonight. Well, you're gonna have a lot of fun. Oh, and I watched The Circle earlier on today. Like, have you watched it?
I'm not caught up, but I've watched like halfway through.
Okay, so you haven't watched the newly dropped episodes.
No.
Well, I go live with Sarah from Nerdtainment on Thursdays, and so I had to watch the first 2 episodes. I'm like, let me get this out of the way because like it would have been amazing if they put like Big Brother on at 7.
Yeah.
And then you could still have the challenge and Survivor on at 8. But then I would been able to just like stagger everything out perfectly.
Yeah,
but
I feel that.
They don't take me into consideration when they make their programming. Terrence says, I guess Berna is coming for Emy now. That's how it's looking. We will get to that in just a moment. So CT, yeah, as we've kind of already mentioned, he doesn't trust Berna anymore. She's doing too much. And he wants nothing more than to get rid of his partner. Yikes. He wants out of their partnership, which is brutal. You want CT to want to be with you. You don't want him to want to get rid of you because he will make sure that happens. So sorry, Berna, you should have figured out how to work with CT.
Yeah.
So before they go to the lair, we see Amber and Jeremiah give each other a little peck. Why aren't we seeing more of that relationship? I want to see more times where I can like Amber.
They're editing it this way. I think they're editing it in a particular way, which makes me think
she wins again.
No, the opposite. That like she gets fucked over, but you're like, yeah, she deserves it. You know what I mean? Like something bad happens, like she gets into elimination and loses, or something happens, and it's like people like we're gonna be happy about whoever beats her. Do you know what I mean? Like that's what that makes me think, because they're painting her in this weird light, whereas last season they painted her as like a really nice person. So I don't know. We'll see. Like I don't know what to expect yet.
Yeah, I totally agree. I'm just like, what are they doing with her? I don't know what they're doing with her, but I want to see more of her and Jeremiah so I can at least like her a little bit.
We also never see Jeremiah.
Like, who's Jeremiah? Why he's on the show?
That tells me some things. That tells me that he is not going to be relevant. Because they would have at least shown him a bit. Like, they haven't barely shown him except for like a little bit of makeouts with Amber. Like, is he a person? Like, does he have a personality at all?
Well, it's funny though. On the first Aftermath, Nelson, I think it was, or Cory, I'm not sure, but they're talking about how Jeremiah was saying that he was really wanted to be like the new wave of Team Young Buck, and that he was really eager and he's a good kid and stuff like that. So I'm wondering if he sticks around for a while and he kind of develops a friendship maybe with Cory and Nelson.
And maybe his storyline will like open up later.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe after he's not with Amber anymore or something. Something happens.
Yeah.
All right, so the lair, it's a haul, bro, because Emy wanted something physical. Do you think that the challenge gods wanted this to happen? They wanted Emy to go down in the hall brawl, or do you think that they wanted Amber to go down and see if she could be a 3-time hall brawl champion?
No. I think they knew Emy was going in, but also I think that like they alternate the types of things. Like last week there was more like mind, like matching up involved, and it just happens to be like, I'm sure obviously part of it was like, yeah, it's a more exciting game if Emy wins this elimination, I suppose, but you can never predict when it comes to this kind of thing, because like, yes, Emy is a bit bigger, but like Esther's pretty like she's a go-getter and she can be sturdy and aggressive, and I feel like she has enough strength to her that if she had done a couple different strategies, like getting lower or like, you know what I mean,
use her legs as opposed to like her like upper chest.
Yeah, maybe she could have like gotten through it. So
he needed to like come in, like as if I've ever fought anybody before, but like he needs to come in and like go down low and like wind her, like get Emy to like and and just knock her the wind out of her, and then be able to just like run and grab and climb the cage. And so that was the little variation that they did on Hall Brawl. And so once they get to the other side, they had to Well, they didn't have to climb up that much, but climb up a little bit up the cage and ring a bell. And so I think that this also benefited Emy because she's a little bit taller, it seems, than Esther. And so first round comes and Esther put up a fight. Like, she was kind of grabbing her. I don't know if either of them had the optimum strategy here. But I was really on the edge of my seats.
Me too.
This was I was like, the whole time and like tense.
Yeah.
Very tense.
Me too.
So most people were cheering for Emy, which I felt kind of shitty for. And we learned later that Berna was cheering for Esther. I love the fact that the rest of the house, though, is Team Emy. Like, I like that she felt like she was the alien and kind of always been maybe the outsider or maybe bullied to a certain extent. So I'm down for the challenge house being supportive of Emy and her journey.
Me too. I'm so into it.
So right when this started, though, I found that Esther looked defeated. I think that she lost before she even started the hall brawl. She put up a fight for sure. Like, she was holding Emy's legs, but she didn't even win the second one.
Well, she got to the bell before and didn't reach high enough and missed it. I was like, oh shit, because then it would have been a tie, and I'm sure Emy probably still would have won, but I was like, oh bitch, you missed it. She needed to climb higher. So that was definitely, she really gave a good effort. I believe that, in my opinion, Esther's performance in that pseudo hall brawl was better than both the Amers going against each other.
Absolutely.
Like, at least she was going for it and grabbing, and the other two were just like like, so honestly, Esther deserves credit. Like, don't appreciate the whole like water in the face, but like, I don't know. She played well. She won at least 2 dailies, right? And I think like I would be.
She got some makeup points.
She got makeup points. So
she's got fight points, makeup points, daily points. She's doing better as being, a center point for the episodes than a lot of the OGs have been. So. I was watching Angel Cake, and he does a lot of like reviews on the episodes, and like, talks about just different strategies and stuff like that. And what he was saying, because like the ratings for the challenge have been quite low, and they've just been kind of on a decline. And he's been saying like, well, it's because you keep on introducing us to these new players, and we don't get to see them again. Like, they're just like one and done. And so, regardless of the fact that she didn't go too deep into the season, she got a third of the way through. I would hope that she just comes back. We need a few of these new people to come back so we can start to like them or root for them.
Yeah, like Bananas got eliminated his first season. Like, a lot of the most successful players got eliminated really early.
Cara Maria.
Yeah, first week.
All first. So I would like to see them bring back some of these people that they're letting us get to know a little bit.
Yeah.
And like, I would like to maybe go on their challenge journey with them a little bit. I don't need to see Josh's challenge journey or Fessy's or Kaycee's. Like, I don't care for their journey. So I would love to see some new people's journey and see how well they can do season after season. I'm way more interested in seeing Emy or Emanuel or like Michele Fitzgerald or Cory. I'm way more interested in seeing them come back than I am in seeing any of the brother crew. So that says something. So at the end of it, so this was the scene that I mentioned, I think, the first time that Emy went down into the lair, where she was like, this is for Romania. So I knew that she was going to be lasting a little bit longer just because I hadn't seen that yet.
Yeah.
And so I kind of got a little bit emotional for this because like she does everything with such full passion, like, this is for my mama, this is for my grandma, this is for Romania. Like, it's just so epic, as if it was like a soccer game and she just won like the World Cup. Like, it was, I don't know. I
thought it was so absurd and amazing. Like, I was like, she's going off, and this is how people used to celebrate when they won and eliminate. Like, I just thought it was so amazing and like truly hilarious, and her and CT is going to be such a great partnership for however long it lasts.
Yeah, I like, he's going to be like her mentor to a certain extent,
Yeah,
and like, he's good with people that will be willing to listen to him and
listen to him. Like, if he just has someone who's going to do what he says, and has a lot of drive. He can do all the puzzles. He doesn't need her.
Yeah. He just needs to do 100% and give their 100% and listen to him.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all he ever wants. And so I think that she's going to do that. And because she won, and Esther, unfortunately, is going to be going home, she gets to take CT as her partner. Berna is not happy. And CT is just like trying not to make it obvious that he knew this was going to happen. But Berna can tell. She knew. She was fuming.
She's like, did you know about this? I can't believe this.
Like,
how could you do this to me? What?
Who are you?
You were making strategic game moves and telling people shit without confirming that with him, without discussing that with him. So you were making your own personal, individual decisions for your game that also affects him. Yet he's not allowed to make individual choices for his game. Like, it's such a double standard.
He didn't even do anything. He was just chosen.
He was just chosen. It's not his fault.
Before Esther comes down, though, so Esther calls out Amber. I thought they hugged it out. Esther, what are you doing? Is that a fight?
Yeah, I think that was just like her trying to leave with like a fight to be like, you know what I mean? Like, because Tasha did that as well. I don't know. I didn't really buy it with Esther. I was like, what is this
that
about?
5 points though for Esther? What do you think?
Well, I don't think so.
All right.
Because Amber didn't respond. It wasn't a fight. She just was like, yeah, well, this. Whereas like later on with Berna and Emy beside each other, that was fight.
All right, Berna and Emy.
For both of that, because Berna's like saying shit and then she said shit back and they kind of got into it.
Yeah, I wrote down Emy and Berna fight. And so yes, I had a question mark there.
Yeah.
So perfect. They will get fight points there. So Berna is now going to be paired up with Hughie. Berna and Hughie. CT and Emy are going to be a pair. And Berna is like, I would come for her for sure. I'm like, oh my God. Like, she's like out for revenge. And
yeah,
I believe it. You know, regardless of her not doing that great in the beginning of her elimination, she's still pretty good. She's strong. And I think that she could probably do well with Hughie. And so I'm interested to see how this partnership goes. Like, you know, Berna, let's see you win. Like,
yeah, I'm curious.
If you're gonna call out Amber all the time and call out Emy for stealing your partner, like, show her not to mess with you. But Agreed. She really shouldn't be going after any rookies if she wins any power, to be honest.
She still will.
She'll go after Amber, I'm sure.
Oh, like, right, yeah.
Amber. All right, so yes, Berna is coming for Emy. Hi, Naboo. So Fessy and Esther are gone. Berna will be focused on Emy now, so Amber should be more chilled.
We'll see.
Hope so. I saw an episode of the Challenge Aftermath, and apparently Tasha blocked Tori on social media. Wow.
Love that. I love that. Setting boundaries.
I don't like Berna, and honestly, I wanted to, and it isn't like I don't like her because CT mistrusts her. I'm getting a mean girl vibe from her. Yeah, I don't understand why she's making these decisions. They haven't showed us on the show why she feels validated in speaking this way about Amber.
Yeah,
so
I agree with you.
I think the show's just not doing her any justice either. I love Devin. He's hilarious. When he told everyone to move on because Fessy's not dead, I cackled. They were dragging it out in the chamber.
Yeah, yes. I was like, it's a game, though. And like, yes, you're making money, but he's still got a certain amount of money. And like, he's not in a position where he's going to die without the rest of the money. And he made his own decision. Like, they need to stop being like, but this person's fault. Like, yes, Tori and Cory instigated and it's annoying. At the end of the day, these people made their own choices with their own physical bodies. No one pushed them and grabbed their hand and made them hit someone. Like, he did that.
Right? Like, chill.
And he's not dead.
He'll be back next season.
He'll be back next season.
Hi, Nicole. Thanks for being here. All right, Fessy's saying that challenge is something important in his life is kind of sad. I mean, dude, the challenge is a game. Just say it is your job. I mean, but I think it does mean a lot to him. I think that he defines himself in this show now. This is like what he isn't doing anything else. He does mention that he didn't excel in football. Like that was probably what his only intentions of. He doesn't really have anything to fall back on. And so I think that this is why this is his new thing. He should just get better at it though. Like, why isn't he should be studying old seasons? Like,
he should be studying old seasons, number one, and the different types of challenges. He should be getting his endurance and his stamina up. And he should be working on those types of things when he knows he already has certain strengths. He's okay at puzzles. He can get better at them, maybe. Like, so there's like there's things he should just be working on to get better.
If he wants to win.
Yeah.
And maybe it's also like managing his emotions and his temper so that he doesn't get kicked off a show. Or he doesn't put in somebody in his alliance down into the lair like 2 months too soon.
Mm-hmm.
Like, wait till you guys are cannibalizing each other and you can be like, okay, like, take Amber out. But, like, not when there's a lot of other people. No.
Exactly.
Imagine if Johnny Bananas was on this season. What would happen?
I think he'd be kind of playing a CT game right now. And trying to stay.
He'd be hanging out with Kyle and Devin.
Yeah. He'd be in the vets thing being like, let's protect each other. Like, he'd be doing that. He'd be staying under the radar in a way and still like instigating certain fights. I'm sure he'd be like egging on the Fessy Josh thing as well, and just being like these idiots.
Does Fessy have like a thing for, like, is he annoyed with Bananas and wants to come after him? I can't remember their relationship.
Not really. They both brought each other to the end, so.
Okay, Fessy pulled a game move in the challenge. It makes him as bad a player as Derek Evan Big. Yeah, like, he's very bad at this game. He's not good.
He's not good.
He was really bad at Big Brother. His Big Brother game was better than Big D's, to be fair, but not good at all. Someone on Twitter compared Emy to Camilla, and I kind of see it. Although someone did mention that, and maybe it's like their fiery response to things. I just don't know if Emy would go off and be throwing chairs and like be crying, and like she doesn't get involved in like male female drama so far. Like it's not like I thought like Camilla, it's always with like a guy, her drama. It's like over like or like a girl over a guy. So we haven't seen Emy with a guy yet. So I don't fully see that, but I do, maybe the fact that she's like very full emotionally.
Yes.
Hi, Zeecher. So Amber was trying to get Esther out of the house even after they made up. Amanda tweeted that. Michelle, spot on. Extra annoying when annoying people win.
That's the thing.
Called it.
That's the thing.
It is the thing. So happy to see Fessy go, but I needed him to be eliminated legitimately. TJ should have let Josh go too, since he was so broken up about Fessy going home.
Yeah.
Kyle saying he would pick Uncle Fessy if he could. Uncle CT. Sorry. If he could, is the Uncle CT name sticking? I'm in.
I think it is. I mean, I think it's cute when she says it. Like, and her braces, like her whole vibe. I'm just like, lol.
Yeah. Uncle CT is the new Mr. TJ. I mean, kills me. I love the Mr. TJ as well. It's cute.
It's so funny.
Berna posted on Instagram that CT lied about not knowing that Emy wanted to steal him. She just seemed pissed. LOL.
Yeah, of course he's gonna lie. Of course he's gonna, and even when she confronts him in the next episode, of course he's gonna lie. Like, it's a game and she's a rookie. Like, it doesn't matter. Yeah, he's gonna lie. Of course.
And he doesn't care that you're upset.
No, if you had watched the challenge, you would know he would do this. Like, he's a smart player. Anyways.
Where's Ashley? Need her commentary ASAP. Yeah, she was pretty much missing this episode.
Yeah, she wasn't really involved in anything.
MT's ridiculous. Rage Cage? Yes, that was what the name of the elimination was Rage Cage. Really, MTV? So Hall Brawl without fence? Oh, Hall Brawl without fence. So very creative. Yes, Hall Brawl without the fence is Rage Cage. Yeah. With the fence is Rage Cage. We love you too, Liz. Okay, good night. Thank you for being here. You're probably already gone, but thank you for hanging out. besides Amber, who do you guys think is the first vet that will be targeted? Well, Amber for sure, if she even makes it far. First vet targeted, Tori.
Josh. Yeah.
Who's
I think
Tori's partner?
Cory? I don't remember right now.
Who? Oh my God, that's wild that we can't remember who her partner is. Right. Yeah, they could be targeted because she's with a rookie, and so
yeah. I don't know. I would say like any of the teams that have a rookie with them. But like the people who are going to be targeted last, I would say would be like Devin, Nany, Kaycee.
Even
Like
maybe
those
Kyle.
people to me are going to be safe for a while. Kyle's always a wild card because he lies and everyone knows. So there's always a chance they might go against him. Cory will make it far, if not to the end, because he always kind of squeezes his way in.
Yeah, he's just so like, without him having his lady drama, he's so, well, he started this drama tonight, or last night, but he's so inconsequential to the game.
Yeah.
Esther telling Amber she's coming for her, you need to get cast again first. Oh dear. I think she'll be cast again.
I think she will. Yeah.
We're getting old. Took a little nap just now and almost missed the chat. Don't worry, today's been like a full day. I get it. I'm very tired too. Now that Leroy is done with the challenge, you see Cam coming back. Maybe in a couple seasons.
Maybe.
And it'll be like kind of epic, like Cam is back,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't put it past the vets to turn on Josh. I think that they think he's a little too close with the rookies, but I really want it to be Tori. Josh is not in a bad place, though. He does have Kaycee protecting him. He has Josh protecting him. Devin protecting him. Inadvertently, that would be that Kyle would be kind of protecting him, and then even CT might be sort of protecting him. So
yeah,
I don't know if he's in that bad of a position, to be honest.
Yeah.
Sorry. Berna is a little intense for me. I liked her at the beginning, but she scares me, like watching people sleep scary. God help Hughie. Yeah, she can be a little bit intense, to be honest.
Yeah.
Ed is going to be fighting Pauly in the reality stars boxing fight. I saw the matchup. I saw the poster.
That's great. We love that.
I feel like Pauly will win. He's kind of bulked up, and so he's looking very sturdy. So
yeah,
I can see him winning. As of now, any predictions of which rookies will be asked back for the next season? So I do think I could see Esther coming back. I see
Michele,
Cory,
hopefully.
Michele,
Tori Deal, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
Emy for sure.
Yeah, Emy for sure. Emy's
I can
the new
see
staple.
Emanuel.
Oh, for sure. Logan. Oh, we didn't see Logan for
Logan
at all.
Yeah. So there's quite a few. There's some pretty good rookies this season. I don't think I forget the name. What rookie got eliminated? Whatever. If I forget their name, then
Who I'm trying to think who Tracy?
like Tracy won't be asked back. You know what I mean? Like
yeah. Michaela will probably be asked back. I wouldn't be surprised.
Hopefully, please, Michaela, please. Oh my God. I need Michaela.
Debu says Big T is still vulnerable. I think that no one really vouches for her.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, I could see her being targeted as well.
She's
still with Jeremiah, right? So
yeah,
that's basically a rookie team.
Yeah.
So especially if they start capitalizing, yeah, I can see her being up in front there for sure. So we should just take a look at our drafts. Hold on, let me see if it's still here. That's what I was pulling out the last time, and then everything went pear-shaped. All right, take a look at our draftaroo. And I'll update the points shortly.
Cool. I'm just looking. My total is I got 10 points this episode.
Yeah, girl. And what I got? 5?
Who do you have?
I have Berna.
Yeah. So does that mean that Fanta has Emy, Fessy?
I have Fessy.
So you get 5 to
Fanta has
Fessy.
Emy and Tasha. I'm sorry, and oh my gosh, my brain is not working. Emy and Esther.
And who has Amber?
Oh, I have Amber. Shit. Sorry, I didn't
But
even
you get
realize
15 points.
Sorry, I forgot that I have these people.
And she gets Fanta gets 10 points.
For who?
No, she gets 15. She gets 20 points. Because she gets 10 for the elimination win, 5 for the fight with Emy, and 5 for the fight with Esther.
With Berna. Okay.
Yeah.
And who won the daily? Oh, the daily didn't happen. I was like, well, where's the daily points? Okay, nobody had the daily. So that's correct, right? I think I got everybody's thing down. Perfect. Well, I'm happy to be pulling out in front with the most people still on my team. I was worried with having so many rookies, but it seemed to be working out pretty well so far. I mean, I think Berna's kind of in the hot seat here. So Berna, she might not be long for this world, but looking at the next episode, they're kind of setting it up for her to win with Hughie. Exactly. So I'm wondering if that's a misdirect or if that's really what's going to happen.
Yeah.
We haven't really heard from Priscilla much, so her day's coming soon. I would say.
Oh yeah.
Bettina.
Yeah.
Bettina. You got Fessy's.
I forgot she was on my team. Oh my God, Bettina. She's the name of my team.
You forgot
Bettina
about her
holding
still.
down the fort. Solid. You're still there. You haven't even. No one said your name. So.
Yeah. So she's going to be a casualty pretty soon.
Bring her to the end. You can definitely beat her. Just bring Bettina to the end.
That would make me live. Like dying if Bettina made it to the end. Just to hear her laugh again. Like, that'd be awesome. That would be awesome. I think we're caught up on all the comments here. So that's pretty much it, Michelle. Well, we did it. We didn't have Fanta here tonight. It's not allowing me to refresh the comments. So if you have there it is. There we go. Oh, of course we need Kelz back next season. I think the rookies really could have made a run for it if he had stayed. I could see him winning multiple daily challenge if he would have won his elimination 100%. If he wasn't with Tracy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Imagine if they did another rival season. Imagine if Josh and Wes get paired up. I mean, this is probably another reason why they have all these stupid fights, is so that if there is another rival season, they get like a good partner. So Wes, though, he said that he's not going to be doing any of the challenge or All-Stars.
I saw that.
For the next while. So stop asking. He's working on something else. I feel like he's starting his own, I don't know if it's going to be the challenge, but some sort of reality show that he's probably producing. And so that's what I think is happening. So he is, maybe it's going to be a conflict of networks or something, but he's off the game for a while.
Yep.
Boo. We said that one. Didn't you see Josh hit security guard? Why did he stay? It didn't really hit. I think it was just like inadvertently, right? Wasn't it? Just like kind of like get off me kind of thing. I don't know.
They need Josh for the drama.
I know, Natalie. We know we want every reason to get Josh gone, but if he didn't get gone for breaking the glass or get gone for pushing Devin last season, he's not going to get gone for shrugging off the security guard. I don't think so. I like these 1 hour episodes MTV is giving just enough. It is works for this Wednesday night thing because like there's so much going on. So hopefully next week is another hour, and then you can be an hour and a half again because Big Brother isn't off. It will be done and I'll have a little bit more time. So be perfect. Sophie, hello. Hi. Yay, no more messy Fessy. No more messy Fessy. And I think that's the perfect way to end the episode. Michelle, it's been a pleasure talking through this episode with you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for everybody in the chat for hanging out with us. It's been super fun. Is there anything else that you wanted to mention about this episode, Michelle, that we didn't talk about?
I think we covered it, and it was a great time, and I'm very excited for next week.
I am excited for next week, to be honest. I want to see what Berna has in their tank. I want to see if she gets the revenge.
If they win, it'll be an exciting episode. Like, I'll be excited to see what happens.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, yes, we do like Josh now a little bit. This episode brought us back a little bit, but hopefully he can redeem himself. He needs to find another showmance because I think I was shipping a little bit him and Esther. I didn't appreciate him saying, let's vote Fessy and Esther in for the house vote. Like, I was like, man, that's just loyal to your girl. But, Josh is quite messy himself.
Yes.
If Josh did that on Big Brother, he would get kicked off. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet dreams, challenge fam. Absolutely. Thank you so much, everybody in the chat. If you're joining us later, make sure you subscribe. Like this video, just helps that YouTube algorithm. Thang. And leave us a comment as to whether or not you want to see Berna get revenge on Emy, or would you rather Emy come out on top in this battle of the rookies? So let me know what you guys think, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye.